Hello, and welcome to Love Conversations with Mayowa. This podcast seeks to bring real-life unsaid issues on dating relationships among young Christian folks and present solutions that ensure a smooth relationship sail, as God will love it for you to have it. So, get ready to come on board with me. Hello guys, you're welcome to this week's episode of Love Conversations. How are you? I trust you're doing so good today. How is the day going? How has the day been? How was the day, depending on the time of the day it is over there? I am your host, Mayowa. And yes, it's been a long time. I broadcast, and I should say I am sorry for taking such a long break without prior notice. The thing is, I was busy with a whole lot of things that did not afford me the time to record. But the good news is that I am back. Love Conversations is back, bigger, better. And I trust you to join me every Saturday by 7 p.m. like we always do, to discuss insightful, beautiful, interesting relationship topics, and also addressing relationship issues. Wherever you get insight, you will get answers to every questions, to every borders in your heart, leading you to have a beautiful dating relationship, which is also God's desire for you. So right about now, we'll be diving into what I have for you today. So the topic I would be discussing with you today is unsaid truth about Christian dating. Unsaid because people are not so loud about it, even in our Christian circle. But these are the truths that must be told. These are the truths that must be known in order for us to have a beautiful dating relationship, in order for us to come into the full understanding of what a Christian dating entails. So right about now, I will be discussing, I think I have a couple of them, so I would be discussing with you the unsaid truth about Christian dating relationship, and I want you to pay attention, and I am certain that you would learn one thing or two that will be of great help for you in paddling your Christian dating relationship. Okay, so the first one I have here is God said is not enough. So beyond the convictions you have of a person as your prospective partner or your partner, beyond the perceptions you have in your heart, it is very important that you build friendship with this person. The fact that you have convictions about this person does not automatically mean that the relationship will work, without you putting effort, without you doing anything, just you guys being in the relationship and just being there and following the flow. But it is very important that beyond your convictions, you are intentional about making the relationship work. You are intentional about building friendship. You are intentional about getting to know this person so well. I know you might have heard this 1,000 times and one, probably, that it is very important for you to marry your friend. Yes, it is very important because this is the person you would spend the rest of your life with. So it is very important that even while you guys are still in your dating relationship, you are intentional about building friendship. You are intentional about getting to know this person so well. And one of the ways with which you build friendship with someone is by communicating with them on a regular basis. You communicate with them, you make time even when there is no time. I heard someone say that you are never too busy for the person you love. So no matter how busy you are, you would always find time for the person you love. So you must be very intentional in creating that time for you guys to bond together, such that nothing will come in between the bond that you guys are creating. Nothing will come in between the time that you guys have allotted to share together. And part of getting to know your partner is you getting to know what their core values are. And core values are the fundamental beliefs that determine how you live your life. Get to know their core values and weigh it together with yours. Do they repel with yours or do they compel? It is very important that you guys have the same core values. So you should get to know what they believe in, get to know how they react with people, how they treat others, not just people close to them, but to watch out how they treat outsiders, how they treat conductors out there, how they treat vendors. Just get to know, watch them closely, how they treat people. Also get to know their views about honesty. Are they trustworthy? Are they the kind of person that have this mentality of we only live once, so we must all enjoy ourselves while we last, or something like that? Just get to know all of these things. Do they have compassion for people? Do they have compassion for the things of God? Do they have love for the things of God? Do they honor people, or do they just talk to people anyhow? Do they have integrity? Just get to know all of these things, and also get to know their doctrinal persuasions. Yes, do you guys have the same doctrinal persuasions? It is very important that you guys have the same doctrinal persuasion in order to avoid issue later in marriage. Do not just because of the person's fine face, or because of the person's skin color, or because of the person's body shape and all of that, go into the relationship with them at the detriment of purpose. It is very important you know their doctrinal persuasions and be very sure that it is the same as yours. Do you guys have the same belief about the Holy Ghost? Do you have the same belief about prayers? Do you interpret the Bible the same way? Think the same way? You guys are aligned in the same purpose. You guys are aligned in the same doctrinal persuasion. Imagine being with someone who believes that everybody who offends them, even just touches their skin, must be consumed with fire and all of that. Imagine even praying with such a person, and with you always taking your stance that God is love and there can be no evil found in him and all of that. It can be very difficult, and it may not do you so much good. It is very important that you guys have the same doctrinal persuasions in order to avoid issues later in life. Even with your children, it is very important, because they wouldn't know who to follow, either to follow their mom or their father. But when you guys have the same doctrinal persuasion, it will be very easy raising your children together in purpose. It will also be easy for you both walking in purpose, staying in purpose, doing ministry together. So this is very important. I think I should mention this as well. In getting to know your partner, in getting to know each other, you need to also build attraction. Let attraction grow. It is very important that you're attracted to the person that you are with. It is very important. And when I say attraction, I do not mean only the physical attraction. Attraction goes beyond the physical. Attraction also involves the non-physical now. It involves the personality of a person. It involves the heart of that person. So be attracted not just to what you can see physically, not just to the fine face, not just to the curvy body shape, not just to the height, the skin color, and all of those things. Also, you need to be attracted to the person's personality. You need to love their heart, their personality, their intelligence, their sense of humor, or you both even having shared interests, their values, their principles, their love for God, their heart for God, and all of those things. So you must be attracted to them. Let the attraction grow. The more you guys spend time together, the more you guys bond together, the more you guys would get more attracted to each other. And this brings us to the second unsaid truth about Christian dating. Christian dating relationship must not always end in marriage. I know you might have convictions from the start and all of that, and this I feel is one mistake that people make. The fact that they have that convictions, and probably they begin to see signs that the relationship is now becoming a threat to purpose. They just continue with the relationship because, okay, before I got into the relationship with this person, I have this conviction, and then they just go ahead with the relationship, not minding the signs that are popping up and all of that, and they would end up in marriage that they would not be happy with. They would end up in marriage that they wouldn't be able to fulfill their purpose. So it is very important to know that not all Christian dating relationships end in marriage. Once you see that this relationship is already becoming a threat to your purpose, it is high time you let go. It could be that when you get into a relationship with this person, your prayer life dropped, you couldn't study anymore, you couldn't pray for so long, you do not have any excitement about church To go to church for you has now become so difficult. To go on evangelism has now become so hard. You do not just understand. It's like your spiritual life is just deteriorating. It is very important for you to open your eyes right now and see that this is not the kind of relationship God will have for you. This is not the kind of relationship that would lead you to fulfilling your purpose. The dating relationship that is already affecting your spiritual life will become worse when you guys are married. So it is very important that when you begin to notice the signs that this relationship is already becoming a threat to purpose, it is very important that you end the relationship. It is very important for you to know that it does not always have to end in marriage. Also, when you begin to notice red flags in the relationship, maybe the person suddenly becomes abusive, or the person just talks down on you, or the person begins to show signs of red flags that you know in your heart of hearts that this is not the kind of relationship for me. It is very important that you know that it does not always have to end in marriage. So now on to the next one is accountability. For your Christian dating relationship, you need to be accountable to someone, and that person must be a spiritual oversight. The person must be someone that have a spiritual oversight over you, and this person could be your mentor, this person could be your pastor, this person could be your leader in church. But it is very important that you are accountable. You both are accountable to someone that has a spiritual oversight over you, and this person must be someone you guys both honor, and must be someone that can call you to order whenever things go wrong. And the reason for accountability is that it will keep you from error. So even when you guys make mistakes, when you guys have issues that you cannot handle all by yourself, you would have someone to talk to that will counsel you, that will lead you, that will instruct you by the word and by prayers, such that the issues will be done away with and you guys will be back together again. So the main reason for accountability basically is just for you not to walk in error. It's just for you to be called to order when you are going the wrong way. So it is very important that you have an horizontal accountability from up down, that is a spiritual oversight over you. So this brings us to the last one. I think, yes, this is the last one. And it is expectations may not be met. It is very important you know that. I don't know if you've done this before. Probably before you got into a relationship with this person you are dating, you had a list of expectations you have of that person. Maybe you have about 20 or 30 expectations you have of this person, both for the physical expectations and the spiritual expectations. Maybe on the long run, you can get all of those things in that person, and maybe you can get maybe half of those things, or more than half of those things that you wrote. But it is very important that you know in your heart, probably you are yet to be in a relationship, or you are even in a relationship already and you are still watching out. It is very important for you to know that all of your expectations may not be met. But what is important is that you should know that there is the need for patience, there is the need for growth, and there's the need for the intentionality to grow, and some things can be worked on. So for your list of expectation, maybe someone comes around and the person ticked number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. The person does not tick number 5, 6, 7, and the person ticked the rest down to 20. And maybe because the person does not have just those 3 things that you were expecting them to have, you just write the person off. Then another person comes around, the person ticked 1, does not tick 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down to 17, ticked the rest. And just because the person does not tick all of those things, you just write the person off. So as they keep coming, you keep checking, you keep sending them away. As another one comes again, you check, you send them away when you see that they do not meet your expectations. However, I just want you to open your mind to the need for patience, the need for growth, and the need for the intentionality to grow. Once you see that someone comes around and those expectations of yours that are not met in that person can be worked on, you can be patient with that person, especially when you see that the person has the intentionality to grow. So you can just work on those things together, and you see that those things are there already. So all you just need to do is to be patient, teach the person if the person is teachable. For instance, maybe one of your expectation is that the person that you want to be with must have a good dress sense. That can be worked on. There are subtle ways you can tell someone that, oh, I really don't like the way you dress, and there are some things that could be done that would not seem offensive, that the person will know that, okay, actually this is what it is, this is what this person wants, that would really make them see where they are lacking, and they would work on themselves based on that. If all of those things can be worked on, and the person has the intentionality to grow, the person is teachable, you can work on those things together, and you guys will both be fine. And I am not saying that your expectation should be you being in a relationship with an unbeliever and expecting the person to become a believer because you want to date the person. This is wrong. This cannot be worked on. So you should not have such expectation. I'm not saying that, but there are just some things that can be worked on, that the one I mentioned earlier. So it is very important to know the kind of things that can be worked on, and you guys will work together in making it work, and you guys will have a beautiful dating relationship. So we've come to the end of today's episode. It's been a fun ride here, and I believe you've learned one thing or two. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and I trust I would have you here with me again next week, where I bring to your listening pleasure another insightful and interesting relationship topic. Also, you can follow Love Conversations on Instagram at the Love Conversations, and I should tell you right now that you would be coming across engaging Christian content that will bless your soul, that will bless your relationship. You can as well send me a DM if you have questions or opinions concerning this particular episode or the previous episodes, or you just have personal relationship issue or question you want to discuss with me. My DM is open at the Love Conversations on Instagram, so you can do well to send me a message, and I will respond to your message as soon as I get it. Thank you very much once again for tuning in today. Thank you so very much. I do not take you for granted. Thank you for your love for Love Conversations, and thank you for your love for me as well. I love you too. Till I come your way again next week, I still remain Mayowa, and always remember that God loves you so very much and wants the best for you. God has blessed you.